The Gangster Disciples, often shortened to GDs, emerged from the south side of Chicago in the 1960s under the leadership of Larry Hoover. What began as a neighborhood organization evolved into one of the most powerful street gangs in the United States. Hoover, known for his charisma and discipline, helped form the Folk Nation Alliance and structured the GDs like a corporation, complete with ranks, bylaws, and a code of conduct. The GDs became synonymous with growth, development, and control. Over time, they expanded into other cities and even prison systems, spreading their ideology and influence coast to coast. But when Larry Hoover was sentenced to life in federal prison in the 1990s under the CCE, Continuing Criminal Enterprise Act, the GDs began to fragment. Without strong leadership at the top, internal power struggles, sets breaking off, and younger members chasing clout rather than structure caused chaos. The once tight organization became decentralized, with many factions using the GD name without respecting its roots. The streets became louder, more reckless, and less loyal to the original vision Hoover had tried to build. President Donald Trump commuted the federal life sentences of Larry Hoover, the co-founder of the Gangster Disciples gang. Jumpsuit Pablo, a known GD from South Carolina, has handed leadership or symbolic keys back to Larry Hoover, the co-founder of the Gangster Disciples.
Now that Larry Hoover has been pardoned and he is home free, I just want to formally announce that I am handing over full power, control, and authority of the Gangster Disciples back over to Larry. Good luck. Don't let me down.
That wasn't all Jumpsuit Pablo said. He also said he is meeting the young GDs in Chicago to discuss the transition, and Larry Hoover will be home soon.
Larry Hoover pardon update. If you're not aware, I am the one who has been advocating and speaking with Donald Trump about Larry Hoover's pardon and release. We made major progress recently. We had his federal time commuted. Major win. The 200+ year sentence state that he still has to serve. Spoiler alert, he does not still have to serve that, okay? I can't say too much, but me and Don, we are speaking. Let me just say, I can't say too much, but it's gonna be a great day in Chicago very soon. If you're not familiar with me, I am the one who has had full power and authority and control over the Gangster Disciples, now known as Growth and Development. You probably don't know enough to know that, but it's a lot of work being the head governor of this organization, okay? I'm honestly tired. I'm more than ready. I don't know how Hoover did it all those years. I'm more than ready to hand that all back over to him. I have formally announced yesterday on my TikTok, I am fully giving control back over to him now that he is coming home and going to be free. For all you naysayers, a lot of people got upset. Who is this guy? Who's this white boy? I would say do your homework on me, but I wouldn't expect you to ever really learn about me. As they say, real G's move in silence. But despite all the people who got mad and said all these GDs are going to come for me for saying what I said on my TikTok yesterday, I have been formally invited to Chicago, the heart of it, by Larry Hoover's most trusted soldiers and YNs to have a briefing. We're going to go ahead and brief them. I'm going to sit down, let them know all the ins and outs, what they need to be aware of, because as you can imagine, it's going to be very difficult getting Larry to transition back into society now. So he's going to need a little help. So I'm going to go over there. We're going to meet him in private, in a private room. We're going to have a sit down and do a nice briefing. So I'm very excited to meet with these guys, shake their hands, and it's a new day and it's a new start. Boss up.
Oh man, Jumpsuit Pablo just let the GDs in the door, just like Donald Trump did earlier this week by commuting Larry Hoover's federal case, not his state case. Let's get that correct. But Jumpsuit Pablo alleges that Larry Hoover will be home. Don't know how that's going to work out. The funny thing is, we all know, well, a lot of us know that Jumpsuit Pablo is trolling here, but a lot of GDs and a lot of YouTubers won't know he's trolling. And let me break this down. So about a year and a half ago, Jumpsuit Pablo said that he got kidnapped by the GDs and it was all a skit. Later on coming out saying it was a skit. But in the process of doing that, he went viral on World Star and multiple platforms. JD Delay covered it. This is something similar that he's doing, and I think he focuses this on TikTok. This isn't real. Now, was Jumpsuit Pablo a GD from South Carolina? I'm not 100% sure about that. We'll have him talk about that one day. But the way that he's getting other people's skin is freaking crazy. On the other note, 1090 Jake, he just exposed Larry Hoover and his comment section, he's getting lit up for doing it. And I don't know how he's going to respond to this or how he's going to go on with this video, or he might delete the video or whatever, but Larry Hoover just got exposed by 1090 Jake. 1090 Jake is a YouTuber in the sentence, been known for exposing multiple rappers and former, gangsters and, showing their paperwork. Now, and then recently, 1090 Jake himself just dropped his flag of being in the gang, Sex, Money, Murder, which he was off a branch off of that. So this is getting now, crazy. I will tell y'all what happened the last time this happened when he was talking about the GDs and the Bloods. The GDs and multiple people, and they might be internet gangsters, we don't know, just the comment section and some videos, I think maybe like one or two, start coming at Jumpsuit Pablo. Recently, Texas Prison Stories was coming at Jumpsuit Pablo, so I expect him to make a video on this, and I guarantee he is going to be infuriated. Let's get that straight. Texas Prison Stories, Tim Snow is going to be pissed, but this is what Jumpsuit Pablo does. This is how he got his way to the top. When it comes to TikTok, he doesn't take it serious like he takes YouTube serious. If you notice, he never brings it over to YouTube. Only the YouTubers that cover him will bring it over. And TikTok, he just, posts whatever. He's not being serious with this. But again, some GDs might take this the wrong way, and they might even put bags and Jumpsuit's my boy and everything. But he knows that there could be consequences to doing stuff like this. And that's just one thing you got to keep in mind. That's why when it comes to the gang culture, I walk on eggshells. But Jumpsuit Pablo did a decade in prison. So his mindset is different. And he was running with some dudes. And he was, he was the commissary king. Some people called him a hold down man. Some people just say he's a genius. The way he had 8 phones, all this prison footage, all this commissary. He makes Wade Wilson's commissary look like peanuts. Like, literally. This dude, there's video proof of this. Now, the consequences that Jumpsuit could receive from this, we don't know what somebody would do. There might be a crazy GD out there that might just go after Jumpsuit. And the same thing with 1090 Jake for 2 different reasons. Jumpsuit's joking around, and 1090 Jake is being serious. That's where this stuff is going to be like, oh, man. You just never know, right? This is the U2 Streets podcast, man. New Age plug. You did it again. You already know what it is.
I never did what I did to concern my genuine community and my supporters. I only did what I did to give the trolls hope. I wanted to make them happy. I wanted to make them feel good. And I wanted to see all the people come out and be like, I knew this would happen because I'm such a fucking gang and prison expert. I knew this would happen. And then pull the fucking rug out from under and be like, none of this shit happened, you fucking idiot. Like, you think this shit's gonna really happen? You think I'm gonna get kidnapped? Like, Well, so that's really what it was.
You know what did it for me is your tooth. So you always shown that you had, you know what I'm saying? So when you got kidnapped, the tooth was gone. They were like, wait a minute, how's it so clean?
Right. Well, yeah, I'm going to play the part. I mean, if you look at my first TikTok videos, I always, and here's my thing too. People are like, some people are like, he scammed his viewers. He scammed his supporters. I never did, because my real supporters, you can go back to the videos. There are so many top comments that are like, if you can't tell that Jumpsuit is joking, then you're not a real Jumpsuit fan. Because there are so many cues and voices and characters that I slip into in these things that should be very obvious that I'm full of shit. You think I put out snacks and refreshments for the fellas? You think I put out fucking hors d'oeuvres for the fucking Gangster Disciples that are coming over? Like, I've always played this. When I first got on TikTok, I would do these skits and I play this character of the guy who can never get right. He can never do the right thing. He always says the wrong thing. He always gets himself in a pickle. He always gets in a bad situation in prison, and these were skits, and this is what skyrocketed me. And so, and people who have always been a supporter have always been able to spot out when I'm full of shit and I'm just doing this. And so when I came out with his story about how, did I fucking exceed Larry Hoover? No. But at this specific yard with this group of gang members, was I doing a lot more shit than they were doing, and they needed me more than I needed them? And so that gave me power because that's how prison works. Yeah. But so many people jumped on there and hated and said, this guy's going to get killed. I was like, well, then I'll just post some videos of me pretty much getting killed, and let's see how you like it. And let's see how happy y'all get. And then I'll just pull the curtain on everything and make you look stupid, you know? Yeah, and that was really the idea behind it.
Well, are you worried? Are you worried about it now that because you said if you want to explain why you have to go, you don't have to go back to prison, but it might be county or it might be something, you know?
I don't know. I mean, I would love if it was just county. I mean, that'd be great. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to have to go back or not. But yeah, basically, I did catch a charge in, like I said, I got out January 1st, 2022. April 2022, I caught a charge. Basically, they're alleging I was at a bar and somebody got their jaw broke at this bar. And so I got a misdemeanor for second-degree assault. And that carries 0 to 3 here.
What?